Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Ragini SR. In this video, you're all going to learn some English aspects. Before that, I should request you all to subscribe my YouTube channel, hit the bell button and give one thumbs up. Okay dear friends, throughout the poem, you can be learn some English aspects. I take the poem The Dove, written by John Keats. This poem, The Dove, which has been prescribed for us in the 10th standard, and also it was for memorization. There in the 10th standard, I by heart this poem, but actually I did not understand the actual intention of the poet. After completion of my education, I understand the meaning of this poem. There, I just by heart this poem. So I take this poem to explain here. Once I tell the poem, I had a dove and the sweet dove died, and I have thought it died of grieving. Oh, what could it grieve for? It was tied with the silken thread of my own hands waving. Sweet little red feet, why should you die? Why would you leave me, sweet bird? Why? You lived alone on the forest tree. Why, pretty thing, could you not live with me? I kissed often, gave you white peace. Why not live sitting as in the green trees? He has written this poem with full of lamentation because he lost his pretty thing, that is the little bird, the dove. Why did it die? Because the reason is the little bird has no freedom. It lost its freedom by the poet. It wanted to fly over the high. It wanted to sing along with its troop of birds. It wanted to live in the forest, but the poet kept it in the cage. It was like a prison. The bird felt it was so uncomfortable, like a fish out of water. That is why the bird passed away. He asked the question to the bird, sweet little red feet, why should you die? So with full of sadness, he asked the bird this question, but no use of at all, because he did not understand the circumstances of the little bird. He utterly failed to understand the circumstances, the situation of the bird, what the bird wanted. He did not understand. He never ever understand. After the death of the bird, he understands why did the bird die. Because it wanted its freedom. It wanted to live in the forest, not in the cage. And he mentioned one phrase, that is, with a silken thread of my own hands waving, as written. So the bird needed that. The bird needed that tied by the silken thread. And also he gave the food for it. The bird did not eat. The bird did not eat that food. It already lost its freedom. So that the bird has died. The poet here used parts of speech and figures of speech. The very first line, I had a dove and the sweet dove died. You can observe da sound many times which has been pronounced. That is what alliteration. Same sound which is pronounced many times, that is alliteration. And little red feet. Red is a color adjective and little also an adjective. So he used parts of speech, adjective, and figures of speech, alliteration. In this poem, we should be learn. We should not harm to the birds. We should not harm to the animals, and we should not harm to anybody. Even mankind also, we should not harmful. We should not grab their freedom. We should live and let them to live. That is the message I learnt from this poem. So John Keats, how much he suffered without his loving bird. Okay, and he asked, why not live sitting as in the green trees? As in the green trees. Green trees nothing but forest. So in the forest the bird lives happily. But it's not possible to live in the cage as in the green trees. isn't it? So, because there is a freedom, but here no freedom. It has feathers. It wants to be use of that. That's enough. So, for example, we have two legs, two hands. We want to be use of those things. We want to be use of our parts of the body. But in the same manner, the bird also wants to be use its parts of the body, that is feather. It wants to fly over the high. It wants to be sing. It wants to be live in the forest. We should not harmful to them. So throughout this poem, it suggests this. This is the moral message of this poem. Sweet little red feet, why should you die? Why would you leave me, sweet bird? Why? You lived alone on the forest tree. Why, pretty thing, could you not live with me? So he expected, why could you not live with me? He expected the bird to live with him, so that he kept it in the cage. He loves very much, utterly failed. He utterly failed to understand the circumstances of the bird. So that is why the bird has died. So freedom is very important for everyone, even for birds, animals and mankind. Everybody wants, everybody needs their own freedom. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. I need your support. Thank you one and all.